I can't think of a massive big one moment. It's little things that really get me, that make me feel like a failure. I suppose it's not so funny, it's just things that really affect me, like, I don't know, just silly things. Like the other day, I got a phone. When you get phone calls from school, isn't that one of those moments?
Gosh, yeah.
But the other day, they just rang and said, "Oh, I'm really sorry, but Darcy doesn't have any lunch in her lunchbox." And I was like, felt really responsible. And it's like those little moments that can really knock your confidence, can't they? It was a bit of an error on my part. There were some snacks, but no main lunch in the end. I was envisaging sending her with an empty lunchbox. It wasn't that bad, but yeah, just little things kind of can make you feel a bit rubbish sometimes, can't they?
Yeah, definitely. I've got quite a funny one actually, which it involves going to. So my partner works at festivals, and we decided that very bravely that we were going to go to this festival, me and my 2 children aged about 4 and 2 at the time.
Really brave. There is
very
no
brave,
way I'd
very
be doing
brave,
that at that age.
in a tent, also meeting my other friend there who had a 4-year-old child.
Whew.
And I didn't have a tent at the time, so I kind of bought a tent and thought I got a good tent. Didn't check the tent before I went to the festival. Turned up at the festival and my friend looked at the tent in its packaging, was like, "Oh, that looks quite small for a tent." I was like, "Don't worry, it's fine." Took the tent out. Turned out I'd actually bought the porch for the tent and not actually the tent. So yeah, we were there.
That's
and it was
brilliant.
quite late. And
Did you sleep in the porch together?
we were sleeping in the porch together. Well, actually, very quick thinking, my partner kind of like looked on eBay and found that there was like someone selling a tent like in a nearby like village, and he went off to get it and put it up. So it was all fine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. I think
Yeah.
you've won.
Yeah, but
You win,
Yeah,
you
I
win.
think, can I win that one?
Yes.
I've got one for this one.
Oh, go on then, yeah.
So, as we're the conversation and,
Yeah.
we do sex and relationship education, I thought, right, okay, this is my time. I'm going to talk to my kids about private parts and proper names and everything. So did all of that with the kids. And then my eldest son, when we were at the supermarket, just came out of nowhere as well. And this is often what happens with kids, isn't it? It's not like you're having a conversation about it previously. It's just like suddenly they've just said something, you're like, where's that come from? Paying at the checkout. And my son says, "Mummy, you've got a Volvo." Which would have been totally fine, but then he said, "And I've got a penis." And I was just kind of in that moment where I was like, I could try and explain it to the checkout guy, but I would just make it so much worse, because I'd have to explain that he didn't mean Volvo. And I just thought I could sort of see that happening. I was like, do you know what, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to be like, oh, that's very interesting. Let's just kind of, I know, wanted to, and then I almost to see it fast forwarded in my head and thought, no, not going to go there. Let's just pack up and leave as quickly as possible.
I think some of the really embarrassing times could be when you've had a conversation, perhaps with your partner, or I can't think of a specific example, but perhaps with your partner you've said something about like, oh, I could do without tonight, or something like that, and you've mentioned something, not that I'm particularly disparaging about other people, but then you'll get
all going to come out
you'll
now.
get somewhere and then they'll say, oh, Mummy didn't want to come tonight, or something like that, and you're like, oh yeah, no, we were just tired earlier, weren't we? You're trying to placate it and try and make it not important.
Yeah, funny.